How best to teach math is the subject of much debate, and now a classroom in Eastern Ontario is adding another approach to the mix, using traditional Indigenous beadwork. Haley Lewis heads up our hub that covers Indigenous issues. She's been looking into that, among other things, and she joins us now via Skype from Ottawa. Welcome, Haley.
Sego, Jan, and Sego means hello in Mohawk. Just trying to bring that in a little bit.
Well, it's always a pleasure to have you. Now, you visited an elementary school that's using traditional Indigenous beadwork to help students with math. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I went to an elementary school here in Ottawa, and for the past several weeks, this beater specifically that I went with was Ashley Rose Mechin Dagus, and she has been teaching there since February. And what she does is she brings in her looms, she teaches them traditional beading methods, and the teacher goes around the classroom and teaches math in conjunction with that. So currently, what they're doing is perimeter and kind of putting the beads in, mapping out how many columns and how many rows is really helping these students to visualize the math that they're doing and that it is everywhere.
Now, we just saw some photos up there as well that showed some of that beading. Tell me, how did this initiative start?
Yeah, so ever since the Truth and Reconciliation Commission calls to action came out several years ago, there's been a push for Indigenous curriculum being incorporated into the classroom or just Indigenous culture in general. So it's been a recent push in the past 3 years. So, and this doesn't just happen in Ottawa. There are also beaters in Northern Ontario who are going in to teach beadwork in conjunction with, say, history. I know a Métis artist who does it, teaching about Métis history as well. So it has definitely, though, been a push, and it's been in part thanks to the Truth and Reconciliation Commission calls to action.
Now, when we talk about beading specifically, how does that connect students with the curriculum that we have?
Yeah, so Ashley Rose goes into the classroom and she brings her loom. So she'll teach them not only how to bead, but also parts of her culture as well as she goes around the classroom. Um, you know, how they do it in the class is they'll plan out what their bracelet's going to look like beforehand, how many colors, what's going where, how many rows, etc. And that really helps them connect with perimeter, multiplication. They have these things that the math teacher was telling me called cores, and they show each time the core repeats itself. So it's with multiplication, division. There's so many just different elements that this beadwork really helps the kids to understand. And, they get really cool bracelets out of it as well. One of the kids that I spoke with, she made a little gift, and you can see it right there for her dad for his birthday.
Now, besides beading, is there other Indigenous teachings that are being infused in the classroom as well?
Yeah, so this is happening not just, I think it's a surprise that it's happening in math class. You would kind of expect for it to be happening in history class. But yeah, you're seeing it in English, in art, of course. And, what they really make sure is they make sure that they bring in traditional teachers to do these teachings because they don't want their curriculum to appropriate in any way. So they'll, hire artists to come in, showcase their work, and teach the class. And this can be anything from just showing them how to do a circle and talk about what their day's been like and their feelings to also just, learning about artists through books, social media campaigns, and all this stuff. So it's just really being incorporated into the classroom on a variety of different ways.
Now, I want to change gears a little bit. There are two private members' bills that you have been following, and they're working their way through the provincial and federal system. Both relate to the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. For people who aren't familiar with that declaration, what do we need to know?
Yeah, so basically, in a nutshell, what UNDRIP, which is the abbreviation for it, highlights is it just kind of reaffirms Indigenous peoples' basic rights. There are many different articles from obtaining Indigenous peoples' free and prior informed consent on certain issues that affect them. But it's really just, affirming the right to practice their culture freely. So it's really just very what you would say basic but necessary human rights in respecting Indigenous people. So these bills, there's one that was brought in several weeks ago here in Ontario by NDP Saul Mamakwa, and it got past its second reading and it's now in general committee. And there's also Romeo Saganash's bill C-262, which is currently at the Senate, and just on Monday they called for the AFN as well as the UN and Amnesty called for the Senate to pass this bill before another government takes over, because they're just worried that, if another government takes over, what does that mean for these bills, and what does that mean for in terms of respecting the rights of Indigenous peoples?
How significant are these bills?
I mean, it's crazy significant. If you talk, which I did, I talked to a bunch of different Indigenous people, is they all kind of say the same thing, is that we want this to pass. We need this to pass for our rights to be respected on another level. It just calls for laws across the country and in provinces to be in line with UNDRIP. But what this means, I guess, is, and it seems simple, but it's something that the government has had a hard time doing in the past, is, say, for example, you want to build a pipeline through an Indigenous community. Instead of just consulting with them, which is what they're doing now, they're hosting meetings, they're showing a quick PowerPoint presentation, bringing some forms, etc. Now what you'd have to do is you would actually have to, in addition to consultation, you would have to sit down and actually get the community or the representatives' consent. And that is something that everyone is having a hard time wrapping their minds around, the fact that, will the government ever be willing to get Indigenous people's consent for these types of projects?
As we mentioned, you've been following it closely. Where do both bills currently stand?
Yeah, so the federal government's bill is currently in the Senate right now, and they're calling for it to pass. Whereas at the provincial level, here in Ontario, our bill is just past its second reading and has now gone to General Government Committee. But there's also a bill happening in BC right now at the provincial level as well, but those are the only ones across the country. So none of them are, I guess, really, on the brink of perhaps becoming a law, but they're working their way towards getting it. But the issue, again, with private members' bills is often they have a very big difficulty passing, regardless of the subject matter.
Well, we will keep a close eye on that. I know you will as well. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. That's Hayley Lewis, our hub editor in Ottawa, covering Indigenous matters. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The Agenda with Steve Bacon is brought to you by the Chartered Professional Accountants of Ontario, helping businesses stay on the right side of change with strategic thinking, insightful decisions, and business leadership. Are you on the right side of change? Ask an Ontario CPA.